It's time for Randominity with the Random Christian Show. Today, Christian welcomes award-winning voiceover actor and coach extraordinaire Marc Cashman. Brought to you by Neil Getzlow's book, Unmasked, Conquering Sexual Sin and Walking in Victory. Order your copy now at neilgetzlow.com. Use the code RANDOM for a 10% discount. Also brought to you by Consolidated Skateboards, quality skateboarding decks, shoes, shirts, and blankets on the web at consolidatedskateboards.com. Intro music provided by The Dead Campers. Their latest album, Savage, is out now. Check them out at deadcampers.com. On our show next week, singer, actress Diane Steinberg-Lewis, plus random questions of insanity. With us, as always, is Matt. We'll actually see his face today. My name is Andy, and here's your host, a man so random he just clears his throat whenever he wants to. Christian Random.
Hello! Welcome to the world of Randominity. I am Christian Random. As always, Andrew, excellent opening, my friend. Thank you so much.
Thank you.
And excellent work on the artistry update. So
of
fast
course.
and rapid.
Of course.
Man, you really should sponsor a podcast. I know. Anyway, we'll get you advertised at least. Your services, yeah.
Right.
And I'm not talking about what you do,
Right,
after
yeah,
dark.
No, let's, after 5 o'clock we can talk about it.
How have you been, my friend?
Things are good, man. Things are good. It's been busy but good, so I cannot complain. Yeah.
Excellent.
How about you?
Well,
It's straight from the MRI, huh?
yeah, went and got the MRI for the hip, and in fact, right here, got the old cane ready.
Oh, there you go.
Oh,
yeah.
The green background keeps making it disappear.
Yeah.
That's why I keep falling, because part of it disappears on me. No, it's good, and I go Thursday for the big analysis, I guess we shall say.
Okay.
So,
yeah. My mom just got the news she's gonna have her 4th hip surgery now.
dude, 4?
Yeah.
How many hips does she have?
Right. Yeah.
Dude,
She has 2. She's fully robotic from the waist down. No, she's more machine now than man than woman.
Yes.
Yeah. So but yeah, she accidentally popped out. So the hip that she's getting replaced is the oldest replaced hip of 25 years old, and she popped it out the other day. So she was able to pop it back in with great pain, of course, but then got her analysis, and they said, well, yeah, you're basically using 25-year-old hip replacement technology. We have to update it. So
okay,
yeah.
you did tell your mom that doing ollies at the skate park is kind of out at this point. She needs to just ride the board.
Right. Yeah. No, but she's got to get that ollie in. That's her signature move. So
Isn't she sponsored by Consolidated Skateboards?
I think she is, as a matter of fact. Yeah.
We'll see if we can find some video. Hey, man, I got something really cool I want to show you.
Okay.
I know I sent you a message on it earlier. Hold on, I got to practice my technological skills here, because be afraid.
Be careful.
Be very afraid.
We might lose transmission.
Nope. Ladies and gentlemen,
hey,
look at I did it.
Hey-o.
Yep, that's right. Your podcast has made the Goodpods top 100 charts. And kids, if you'll check this out, you all have made us number 24 for we've been doing this for months now, but I just finally realized, hey, maybe I should show everybody here on the show that we are number 24 in the top 100 indie comedy interviews and number 42 in the all-time top 100 comedy interviews. That means up against the big boys like Dana Carvey, all these other big shows that have big sponsorships and whatnot. Yeah, we're right up there with them, kids. And that's all because of everybody out there that tunes into us. So I want to say thank you so much for being there with us and helping us along. Keep spreading the word. Pass it around. Join us. Make sure you join in. We're going to enable the chat here in a little bit. We got Mr. Marc Cashman Total change up at the last minute. We planned it so long ago, and then we forgot that he could only do it on Wednesdays, but he actually made special time for us because he's going to be booked solid for like the next
that's great.
year,
Yeah.
3 years or
Oh,
something.
wow.
So super excited to have him on, because that was just the most awesome surprise.
Yeah.
Well, in lieu of that, we like to do it live, right?
Yeah, that's
Yeah.
right. Yeah.
Yeah.
No plan, very little planning, just to
No,
keep it,
randominity.
right.
We
Yeah.
talk about and know absolutely nothing about anything we talk about. So it makes it sound
Yeah.
good. And
Where's where's our third?
and
Where's our third here?
and he's like, I know. And Matt actually wants to join in today. So let's
Come
bring
on.
Matthew
Bring
in.
the man
There he
in.
is.
There he is. Hey-o.
Matthew.
Oh, is mine? Don't mind joining in. It's just between my internet and your old computer.
Right.
And
something was going to break.
Right.
So
we fixed one of those things.
Yeah.
Right?
Yeah, Matt, we fixed. And Matt actually had to do a quick reboot before the show. So
yeah.
And unfortunately, my internet
sucks.
I wish I could fix Spectrum.
Yeah.
But I can't.
Yeah. Well, good luck with that.
No.
Yeah.
And you got to wonder,
if you
like,
can
they're
fix
gonna
Spectrum,
say,
then fix GMC and fix Ford and fix.
They're going to say it's my
Apple
fault or whatever, my stuff. But if it happens every day at 2:00,
yeah,
there ain't something right in the world. You know what I'm saying?
Maybe all y'all's equipment's all messed up over there.
It's everybody else's fault.
I think your router ain't working, sir.
Hey,
yeah.
There you go.
And let's not forget, that's Matt at 2:00 every day.
Yeah.
Doing a little Wilhelm
off the edge of the internet.
All right. So anyway, because we are so random and we like to have so much fun with this, we created a top 10 or top 12 list, because top 10 is marketed and copyrighted, and we don't do top 10. No.
We just don't do it. No.
We go 2 above.
That's right.
So
that's right.
That's
so
like
2 better.
more.
Yeah, this one goes this one doesn't go to 11. It goes to 12.
It goes to 12, mate.
Right.
Right.
Well, why don't you just make 12 one louder? But this one goes to 12.
Oh my Lord. Yes.
Oh God, we could do that all day.
Oh no, yeah, I could start right now and quote that movie, and that could be the podcast. It's the yeah.
And Mark could just be like, okay,
right.
I only had so much time, guys,
Well, I joined in for this.
Right. Yeah.
I cleared my schedule for these idiots. That's awesome. Yeah, and so anyway, we came up with a totally random top 12 list because we couldn't get it was guests that we couldn't get to commit to today.
And we tried. We absolutely tried, because we up until 10 minutes ago we didn't know we had a guest.
15
That's
minutes
right.
ago or so.
So right, yeah. So yeah.
Well, we knew we had a guest, just not for today.
Right. Yeah. So yeah, we were gonna play it by our random ear.
Yes.
But we tried to get these guests, and it didn't fly. So we decided
God,
to
I
make
don't have
a
any
list.
ears. Oh, there it is. Okay.
Oh, hey.
Hey-o. All right. So let's kick off the top 12 list. And Matt, you don't have a copy of the top 12 list.
Well,
no, but I'm just gonna sit here and enjoy.
Yeah, and feel free to.
Matt just sits and puts his hands in his face. I'm ready. All right.
So so number 12 of our top 12 list. Yeah, you want to drum roll us in?
Oh, my apologies. All these cool sound effects, and I totally spaced it. Go ahead, number 12 there, Andy.
Tony Stark. We tried to get Tony Stark on, but he's been assimilated into the AI already, and he's just among us already. I mean, he's all around us. I mean, and To be honest, this is where I get all my witty comebacks from. I don't write them. I got Tony Stark. I got Tony Stark in my ear, basically telling me that this is the one.
Listen, kid, just
right.
tell him to shut up.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Oh my God.
I think we're the only nerds that really enjoy that. So, well, if we did that last week, it would have probably gone over a little better. But
that is just the tip of the nerd iceberg in this.
Or the Nerdberg.
Right, the Nerdberg.
All right, number 11. Well, called a groundskeeper at Bushwood Country Club. Due to a vermin outbreak in several major golf courses, he's currently on staff with the PGA, controlling the infestation with his good friend, the Dalai Lama. Then I'm going to go out and play 18 holes and get stoned to the bejesus afterwards. Get them all! Get them all! Come on, get them all! Yeah. All right.
Here he is, the Cinderella story.
Cinderella boy. Augusta National. It's a nice
Well, so, I mean, he should be available
He's got a
within
7
a
out.
couple months, though, shouldn't he?
I think so, yeah.
So we should look back into that.
I think so, yeah.
Yeah,
Hopefully
will.
this infestation will clear up.
Oh, yes. All right, number 10.
Number 10, Robert Smith of The Cure. Apparently, he was too busy jumping someone else's train to Fascination Street, making sure boys don't cry, feeding his love cats, rearranging all his pictures of you while yelling at them, "Why can't I be you?"
How many more songs titles could we get from The Cure to put in there?
At least his head wasn't on the door.
Oh, no, that's an album cover. That's an album.
Hey-o.
Yeah.
That was good.
That was good.
Was good.
Nice improv there, Matthew. Number 9, personal favorite here. Dr. Rumack, physician usually found on stormy, ill-fated flights from New York to Chicago, had to postpone due to passengers and crew becoming violently ill, resulting in a rash, profuse sweating like Andy's doing right now, involuntary twitching, nausea, and finally loss of all bodily functions. But all ironically were cured of shingles. Imagine that. Those were just side effects, apparently. Let's see. He had to get them to a hospital. A hospital? What is it? It's a big building with sick people in it, but that's not important right now. He did want us to know he wished us all good luck and that they're all counting on us.
All together now.
That's nice. Very nice. That's a little airplane plug there, kids.
I just want to know, have you ever seen a grown man naked?
You ever been to a Turkish prison?
You watch gladiator films?
That movie has one of my favorite lines in it. Sorry.
My name's Roger Murdoch. I'm the co-pilot.
I speak jive.
Right. Yeah.
that's a lot of people's favorite scene.
Oh man, that was so good. Yeah. I love that one.
Okay. Well.
What?
If you don't mind, I wouldn't.
No. I want to do number 8.
Oh, can you do number 8?
Oh, I could do number 8.
Oh, very well then. Go ahead.
Number 8 with Elmer Fudd. He was all set to join us, but was called out to a horrible outbreak of Wascally Wabbit on the PGA Tour.
Oh, he's out there helping me now.
Yeah.
You know. That was very good.
Oh, thank you. Thank you very
Dynamite
much.
and shotguns, huh?
Yeah, right.
You gotta have
how many
occasional
holes is
six-pack
this
on.
golf course now?
Right.
Hey, around about 38, 9, 40, couple hundred. You just get holes in one wherever you go. All right, number 7, Ren and Stimpy. Ren was recently checked into an insane asylum for space madness. And Stimpy was too busy recategorizing his magic nose goblins. No. That was my Ren and Stimpy impression. Just
Was it?
No.
That's what that was?
Was that who that was?
Kind of.
I guess it was. Yeah.
Can I just do a little rant here really quick?
Please,
Okay, got
yeah, give it to us. What did Ren and Stimpy set up, and how did this activate?
How come
the
I
map?
can't stream any? How come I can't stream any Ren and Stimpy episodes anywhere on any platform?
Actually, Billy West, I think I heard something about him trying to get control of Ren and Stimpy and bring it somewhere to be streamed.
Really? Oh my!
Somebody told me that'll
I
work.
check
I
every
can't.
couple weeks.
Yeah.
Everywhere.
Oh, yeah. Also, yeah, shout out to John DiMaggio for finally jumping on the Futurama rebrand. Yeah, they're
nice.
Really?
Yeah, they're doing more Futurama, and everybody was on board except for John DiMaggio, who famously voiced Bender.
Yeah.
But yeah, they worked it out. he's
my shiny metal ass.
Yeah, he's getting his money. Perfect. So yeah.
It's almost as good as my Biff.
Oh yeah, you missed the Biff. That was pretty good. All right, if you don't mind, I'll do number.
No. I got number 6 as well.
Are you sure about that?
I'm sure about that. Bill Clinton here is number 6. We tried to get the former president. He was all set to come on, but we left a message last night that he won the Arkansas State Lottery and was spending it all on hookers and blow.
Yeah, bring it on, baby. Monica ain't got nothing on that. No. And well, Hillary.
Yeah, Hillary said he wasn't able to come out and play today.
She's too busy with her girlfriend anyway. It's all right. In fact, Monica swings. All right, sorry. Okay, we just got weird. Okay, number 5, the Kool-Aid Man. Oh yeah. I could not resist that. I'm sorry.
No.
Thinking about this now, when I asked if he was going to be on the podcast, he just said, "Oh yeah," and broke through the wall and ran away. And now I need to find a good drywall guy. Can you tell I did not pre-read this? And now, damn it, it's a new house. It's only a year old, for God's sake.
I know, right? Last time I invite the Kool-Aid Man over and ask him any questions.
Yeah, right.
Oh, man.
Oh yeah.
Yeah.
There we go again. Never again. Especially if he's been drinking, because then he keeps coming back in. I gotta pee. Oh yeah. All right.
Geez.
Number 4.
Number 4, Chewbacca. So our Wookiee translator kind of blew it for us here. We asked our translator to ask Chewie to be on the podcast. Chewie then ripped his arms off and then went into a frenzy. That being said, if anybody here speaks Wookiee, the Random Christian Show has an opening for Wookiee translator. So apply within. Go to therandomchristianshow.com/get hired.
Oh, we don't provide health insurance, though.
No, we do not. No, we do not.
No, we do not.
Yeah. So if your arms get ripped off, that is on you and not on us. Sorry.
Yes, absolutely.
Yeah.
Okay, let's see. Oh. Mm-hmm.
There you go.
Hi-oh.
Number
Kermit
3.
the Frog. Number 3 is Kermit the Frog. We couldn't even get in touch with his booking agent. He's a frog, and he has more representation, security, and clout than you do. It's making me revisit my life choices.
I mean,
Yeah, it really does make me feel pretty worthless when a frog can outbest me in pretty much everything.
Right. Yeah.
Especially my bank account. So there we go. All right.
Yeah.
I'm leaving it alone because we're gonna get peed on us pretty soon. Quit picking on the frogs, man.
I know, right? Yeah.
And here's me right now, still in director mode. We're at like 19 and a half minutes, guys.
And yeah. So number 2,
number party 2, on.
We're gonna keep it rolling. Number 2, Wayne and Garth. We figured two small town TV hosts who essentially started this whole podcasting thing with their groundbreaking featurette, Wayne's World, would want to come on our show and help out, But when we got them on the phone, we just couldn't stop chanting, "We're not worthy! We're not
worthy!"
And then it just kind of got weirder from there. So they hung up and we didn't.
Yeah,
get
Matt. Way to go, Matt. Talent wrangler, Matt.
I'm sorry,
Jeez.
but I'm not worthy. I'm not
we
worthy.
really aren't. We really
I'm
aren't.
not worthy.
We really, really aren't.
You know what? I'm not
Yeah.
worthy.
Oh, you're worthy. And all right. So
Wormy, but not worthy.
all right, Matt, are you ready?
I am.
Because you have no idea what number
I
one is,
don't.
do you?
I'm so excited. I'm like, just, you could cut the tension with a knife.
Number
We're coming
one,
up on-
grumpy old man. Yeah,
Oh,
that's right.
oh.
Because back in my day, we just showed up when we wanted to and in person. None of this interwebbly gobbledygook. No, we just walk in and yell, get right in people's faces and say things like, how's the weather over there? Why are my slippers untied? Why do kangaroos think they're so special? With their big hoppy feet and jumping around on their tails and sitting on ponds waiting to drown people. What happened to cute big-eared cartoon-like marsupials with all sorts of crazy funny things in their pouches that always drove that cat that spit when he talked bonkers? Crazy interwebbery nonsensical gobbledygook.
Are you done?
Family flab!
No, he's not.
Oh,
Sorry,
my
now you're
God.
done. Okay, all right.
I have a feeling we could have booked the grumpy old man.
Yeah, right.
Yeah, we can't because I don't even know what a computer is. I got a calculator that I
Wait.
spell shell oil on, and I think I'm pretty cool when I do it, too.
And we are at 22 minutes, fellas. We really need to keep
Yeah,
this thing going.
so,
We should,
hey,
get Mark on.
With that,
we
ladies and
should,
gentlemen,
because you know what? Guess who's too sexy?
For my love, too sexy for my love.
Yeah, that's
Never
right.
going to leave.
It's Marc Cashman. Marc Cashman, welcome to the Random Christian Show. Welcome back to the Random
Gentlemen,
Christian Show,
thank you.
sir.
Thank you so much for having me. Really, really appreciate it. Really
Thank-
appreciate it.
Thank you for your patience.
Absolutely.
Yeah,
Absolutely.
Much appreciated.
Oh, how are you, sir?
So I'm what did I say earlier? I said I think I was busier than a one-legged man at an ass-kicking
In
contest.
an ass kicking contest. Yes, sir. That is true.
Or I could be busier than a one-armed wallpaper hanger.
Yes. In a round
there you
room.
go.
Yes. That
Ooh.
yes.
Ooh. Yeah.
Wow. I didn't even think of that wrinkle. That's amazing.
Yeah.
So-
Well, having hung wallpaper. Yeah, I get it.
Wow. Okay.
So-
So a man of experience here.
Yeah.
Wow.
A renaissance man.
He's
A podcaster and a wallpaper hanger.
he's been in the trenches. He really has been in the trenches.
Oh yeah, and the trenches have been through me. Yes.
Yeah.
So,
So,
As-
hopefully not too long.
as
Right, yeah.
the lack of hair shows. So
But they were
Um,
wonderfully wallpapered trenches. So it
Yes.
all
Oh,
worked
oh
out.
good. No,
yeah,
see, there's always a
flower
silver lining.
print. Yeah.
There's the silver lining.
Yeah, everything matched up, and then we put a motif in, and it was just fantastic. It was awesome. Everybody loved it. Sorry. So,
So,
now that I'm back from my decorating
Anyway.
days,
yes.
so Mr. Cashman, you are a busy man is an understatement, I believe.
That's better
Um,
busy than bored.
Yes, absolutely. And for those who don't remember, Mark authored this book, VO Tips, Tricks, Tools, and Techniques to Start and Sustain Your Voiceover Career by, yes, you, sir. And it is, I keep skimming through it and just going, oh, yeah. I mean, there's some things I knew, but then I was like, oh, yeah,
Oh,
yeah.
that's hence the title.
Yes.
Exactly. Exactly.
That's
There's
what
a,
I was
I'm
kind of
working.
alluding
I'm working on the sequel. There's a, and the sequel has at least a working title, which is
Yes.
V-OMG.
Oh, nice. I love it. That's great.
Yes. Nice.
So that's the
Well tied
working
in.
title of the sequel, and don't hold your breath as to when it's going to come out, only because as I said, when you're busy, well, you're busy. That means
Yeah.
you're busy doing shit. And see, writing a book initially does not pay anything. It does
Right.
not pay the bills. It's just an exercise in verbal masturbation, I should say. Sometimes. But which most books are.
Well, yeah.
But it all boils down to it. But bottom line, still, again, when you're busy, and you're busy all day, then trying
Yeah.
to clear your mind to be writing something takes real commitment. It basically just takes super, super commitment. And I, so I'm, it's, I, it's, what do they say? How do you eat an elephant? One teaspoon at a time. And that's kind of what I've been doing. It's just like one teaspoon at a time.
Right.
Just, but
Maybe a paragraph or two at a time.
yes, yeah, sometimes.
Like, sometimes I'm lucky to get a word. Yeah.
Yes,
when the muse strikes.
The
you
good
know?
thing is that I got
Right.
the outline. I'm halfway through writing, so I have another halfway to go, but at least I'm halfway. So that's
Yeah.
good. I
Beautiful.
know what I'm going to be talking about. I got the outline. That's good. Which is
Yes.
great.
Yeah.
So I'm making progress, but don't hold my feet to the fire in terms of delivery date.
Okay. But we know it's coming
Just
with-
say it.
within
Just
this
say
year.
Don't
Yeah.
not
Sometime in the future we will get.
yeah, thank you so
VOMG.
much.
Yeah,
Thank
You're
you,
welcome.
Matt. Thank
Yeah.
you. Thank you, Andy. Thank you
Yes.
both. Yes, for understanding.
Okay.
Yes,
So so now I and like you said, you've been busy. What have you been doing any animation? Have you just been doing a lot of commercial work, teaching?
Yeah, no, it's
what's
the
been,
great thing is that I wear 3 different hats.
Yeah.
I'm let's see, which hat do I want on first? It doesn't really matter because they're all interchangeable.
Right,
So
yeah.
I still write, cast, and produce commercials
Mhm.
and audio production. So
Right.
sometimes there's always something going on where I'm doing something
Yeah.
Yes.
in one of those areas, either casting, writing, producing, or all 3. So sometimes that happens.
Mhm.
Then I'm also an actor, voice actor. So sometimes I'm doing a commercial or a narration or an audiobook or whatever. And
Yeah.
so that happens. And I also teach. And so I'm teaching either workshops or classes or one-on-one coaching. And so any one of those 3 things is happening. And of course, I audition for spots that come in, commercials, auditions that come in from my agents because I have different agents around the country. And so
Right.
invariably, somebody sends me something every day.
Right.
So,
Right.
so that, and then I try in between to squeeze in lunch and
Your family.
and the
Right.
occasional trip to the bathroom and
Right.
and
Which is where you say, "Hi, honey." All right.
it's and my dog says, "Come on,
Yeah.
can we just?"
I've been inside for 5 hours.
Yes, exactly.
There's birds.
Yeah.
There's birds and squirrels.
Yeah. So that's
So-
it. So it's what's great is my every day is different. Every day
Yeah.
I'm doing
Yeah.
something different. Some days I'm doing the same. Some days I'm teaching. Other days I just I also produce voiceover demos
Oh,
for
okay.
people. So so when somebody is ready to do their demo, I produce it. I write it and direct it and produce it and do the whole 9 yards. So that happens as well. And not just commercial demos, but narration demos or audiobook demos or whatever. Again, any kind of demos my students want, and invariably they are my students.
Okay.
Mhm. Right.
They're
And
not
yeah,
because they're ready to do it.
yeah. And I think anybody who is, especially in that kind of a trade, I mean, you always consider yourself a student. I'm
Oh,
sure you would
always.
say the
Yeah.
same thing about yourself, because
Oh,
we're
always.
always learning.
That's right. The best actors never stop.
Right.
Yeah.
And now, and that's the one thing I love. You're so open. You're so you're willing to help it, and of course, I mean, you still get paid for that, but you are very helpful in a lot of things, especially with your book, VO. Like I said, there's a lot of things in there that I was taught a long time ago, but then all of a sudden it's like, especially because I've tried to do some auditions and stuff, and then I'll be like, oh, crap, yep, I should have done that, damn it.
At least
And
you're listening.
yeah, oh yeah, I always listen. Sometimes it goes, but
Yeah.
and if you'll notice, there's no condom on here anymore.
Don't need it.
I
Don't need
I
it.
remembered your tip, yeah, and I
Right.
threw away.
And you,
I-
do you is there a pop screen filter on there?
no,
Yeah. See, you don't need it.
No.
Yeah.
Always remember this. Here's the mantra, and it's a little bit of alliteration. Proper placement prevents plosives.
yes,
Ooh, nice.
Proper placement
proper
prevents
placement
plosives.
prevents plosives.
So basically,
go.
like right here, you can see that my microphone, the diaphragm is up here, but
Right.
my
Mhm.
mouth is down here. The
Yes,
usual distance between your mouth and the bottom of the microphone is always going to be this. It's very, very simple. You just do this with your hand, put
Okay.
your thumb to your lips, and your pinky should hit the bottom of the microphone.
Oh,
Okay.
The bottom
wow.
of the microphone.
Got it.
The diaphragm is just above the bottom. So these microphones here, the Neumann figure 8 pattern, these microphones were designed to pick up your voice at a distance where you're not on top of the microphone.
Right.
If I
When
was
you're-
on
when
top of
you're
the
over-
microphone, you'd hear plosives all over the place.
Yeah.
But
Yeah,
you don't,
Absolutely.
because my airflow is here and the diaphragm is there.
And it's
Yeah.
So this
picking-
way, you hardly have any plosive issues whatsoever. And those pop screen filters are bullshit. They're I wish I'd invented them because I could retire on the royalties. But they're psychological bullshit. If they do anything, they might mitigate
right.
the microscopic COVID spray that comes out of your mouth.
Right.
Right.
Yeah.
That's about it.
yeah.
But
Well,
other
and
than
now,
that, it doesn't
well,
do jack shit.
Now,
in my defense, I do keep this when I leave the room. I put
Yeah.
this back on just to protect the microphone from any moisture in the air. Hopefully, it keeps dust and stuff away as well.
What, the pop screen filter or the
No.
condom?
No, the condom.
The condom? No, you don't need the condom because let me tell you about the condom. Eventually, the foam inside the condom is going to dry up and it's
Break
going to
down.
go inside and break down and go inside
Yeah.
the microphone. So no, condom is don't do that. Don't do that.
There.
It makes it look ugly. Just wrap a little plastic bag, a very, very light plastic bag around the
Oh.
top of the thing. And
Got
that's
plenty of those.
to prevent dust from getting in there. That's all.
so the bottom line here: don't wear condoms, people.
Well, I didn't say
Especially
that.
while
No.
Yeah.
That Andy said that. I
Yeah,
didn't.
We're
say
going
that.
the wrong way now.
I
Andy.
didn't- no. Don't. You can't put that on me. Any
Right.
lawsuit, you put his name on there, not mine.
We're gonna have a lot of people calling, dude.
Right. Yeah.
Just got a call from the girlfriend, bro. Stop.
No. Yeah. No.
Basically, well, if you're taking advice from the Random Christian Show, that's where you fault it.
Yeah, see,
Everybody.
exactly.
That's the problem right there. With
Yeah.
the exception of the guests. With the exception of the guests.
Well,
Right,
that's
They know what they know whereof they speak. But
Yeah.
Christian.
it's more
Mark,
of one of these.
One of the things I found interesting when you were telling us initially, is that you're still audition for things.
Oh yeah.
But I'm kind of shocked that being sort of the voice that you've been for so long that
Yeah.
people don't necessarily already know what it's going to sound like with your voice. So I'm just wondering if your agent is saying, "Oh, you'd be perfect for this," and I think that we should just get you in there. So I'm kind of curious on the stuff that you audition for. Well, you got to be hitting a pretty good percentage of the stuff that you land. Is that a fair assessment?
Really?
That is no, totally unfair assessment.
Really?
No. Even the top people, they don't book anywhere near what you think that they book in terms of ratios
Okay.
to auditions and
Huh.
stuff like that. They just don't. The
Okay.
competition, Andy, is fierce.
Right.
It is
It
hugely
is
fierce.
fierce. Let's just do a little extrapolation.
Okay.
So a national brand is casting for. We want Chevy wants to launch a new campaign, and
Mhm.
they're casting for the new voice of Chevy.
Yeah.
Think about that
Right.
for a
No,
second,
absolutely. Yeah.
because they're not just a national brand; they're an international brand.
Right.
Right. Absolutely.
Anything that you do is going to go international, and basically, you become the voice of Chevy. You're going to have it's the voice of being the voice of Chevy is better than being the voice of a network.
Right.
I don't know if you know this. It's just a little random thing, pun intended. When somebody becomes the voice of a network, it's the phenomenon is called, I don't know if you've ever heard of this, golden handcuffs.
Oh yeah.
Yeah. Yeah.
Andy gave me sound effects, so
You know what
I
you
get
know
to
what
use
they
them.
are? You
No.
know what golden handcuffs are?
No.
Golden handcuffs says let's just say you're the voice of a network, you will be paid $1 million a year for the next 3 years. Actually, you get $1 million the first year, $1.3 million the second year, and $1.6 million the third year. Meaning a total of $3 million for a 3-year contract.
Okay.
But you have to be available 24/7.
I was going to say whenever they want.
365. You have to be available every single day of the year. 24/7. If we have a session at 2 a.m. for our Paris affiliate,
Yeah.
if it's got to be 5 a.m. for our people in Beijing,
Right.
whatever
Yeah.
the case may be, you have to be available.
Yeah.
And a
100%.
lot of people are doing the where they can actually be in on the recording session. I think it's called Voice Connect or something like that, right?
Source Connect.
Yeah. And
Mhm.
that's I've seen that being used a lot. They're like, you
Yes.
have to be able to get
Source
on to Voice
Connect is
Connect.
Source Connect is replacing ISDN
Yeah.
as we
and-
speak. As we speak, and has been.
Huh.
So ISDN is a dinosaur, and Source
Yeah.
Connect is the new ISDN. So instead of fiber optic cables, it's called, I don't know, Wi-Fi.
Yeah.
The Willy Wonka particles flying
Whatever.
through the air.
Right.
and- yeah.
Cloud
So
server, whatever
all
you
right.
want to call
So
it. Yeah.
wait, I got off on a tangent. So what was my original thing?
Your
I was talking about?
your golden handcuffs, like
the golden
Stephanie,
handcuff. That
like-
was the tangent. That was the
yeah, oh
tangent.
yeah, like Stephanie Courtney from Progressive.
Oh, we were
Insurance.
talking about Chevy. That's right.
Yeah,
Okay. I'm
right.
so glad that you reminded me. Then, so here's what we got. So Chevy wants to find the voice
Right.
for their new campaign. They're going to, so their advertising manager at Chevy USA,
Mhm.
is going to call up the top dozen, not 10, 12, top 12
It's a good number.
talent agencies
Yeah.
around the country. The top 12 talent agencies around the country. And he's going to say, hit me with your best shot. Give me
Yeah.
your top 10 talent, your top 10% talent, or your top 10 talent in your thing. So that's 10 times 10. So that's
Right.
100 people they're going to be listening to
Yeah.
for the
Right.
voice. 100 people. That means that your odds are 1 of 100 of getting it. And
Yeah.
that's the top. That's the tip of the iceberg, are still
Yeah.
competing 1 out of 100.
Right.
Yeah.
Okay.
When there's thousands out there.
Right.
That's right.
And-
Again, they're the top
Yeah.
10 of a roster of at least 100
Sure.
or
Yeah.
200. Might be 100 men, 100 women.
Yeah. And yeah, and that's the thing too, because they'll throw in that mix. They'll be like, it could be
And if they
male
do
or
100
female.
women,
Right.
if they throw in women, if women are being considered as well, then the odds are even higher
Right.
because now it's 1 out of 200 that your
Yeah.
odds are.
Yeah.
So no, I do not book the majority of auditions that I do. Sometimes I'm surprised at the ones that I do book. Sometimes they say, "Hey, remember that thing you auditioned for?" And da da da. I say no,
Yeah.
and they say, "Well, you booked it." And I said, "Well, great. Do me a favor, send me my audition because I throw mine away right
Yeah.
after I do them.
Right.
The moment
Yeah.
I audition, it goes in the trash. I
Yeah.
just forget about it completely. I
Yeah.
completely it goes out of my mind, and sometimes they have to remind me what it was, and oh yeah, I think I remember when I really don't,
Yeah.
So that said,
Okay.
just to
No, that's
set you on
yeah.
just give you
Good.
some perspective. What what sounds normally in any this is all show business. It may be
Right.
an anonymous side of show business, but it's still show business. And anything
Yeah.
that smacks of bullshit is.
Right. Right. Well, but no, I
Well,
mean
yeah.
it is an important it is a very important side of the business because as someone who loves, movies and especially animated movies where I'm very used to the voices that I hear for certain characters.
I
And when they
That's
and when
what I
they
mean.
get
In your introduction before the thing that preceded me, I just could not believe the amount of voices you guys have in your heads, and
Yeah.
to the point where you were just doing the voices and not even introducing the characters. You didn't
Right.
once mention Bill Murray, not once. You
Yeah.
didn't once mention all these other characters because you didn't need. I, you guys, your heads are so crammed full of voices. It's insane.
No,
It's a
it's
little psychotic.
yeah,
Well,
it is a
I did
little
say it
bit.
was Carl the Groundskeeper.
But that's and it always throws me off when they do these higher budget films and they try to cast actors as these legendary characters.
Yes.
And where so that they just released a new Space Jam movie, right?
Yeah.
About a year ago, and they got a bunch of actors to do some of the Looney Tunes voices, and it's just like it didn't sit
No.
right. It
Well
just didn't sit right at all.
well, first
And
of all, Mel
you're
Blanc
never
is a hard act to follow.
yeah,
was
you're
gonna
never
say,
gonna you're
he's
never
like
gonna
the
replace Mel
king.
Blanc.
You
Right.
know, Mel Blanc, I don't know if you know this. Well, you might know this because you guys know so much arcane stuff. It's insane. But 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 from what I know, the little I know, uh, Mel was trying to groom his son Noel
Oh.
to replace
Mhm.
him, and Noel was very, very talented. The
Yeah.
apple did not fall far from the tree at all. He had chops.
Yeah.
Mel was grooming him, and Noel was up to par. He was up to snuff in terms of his acting chops and his vocal chops,
Oh
but he
wow.
didn't have the stamina that Mel
Yeah.
had
Oh,
to
Yeah.
withstand the pressure from the studios.
Yeah.
Wow.
The studios wanted so much from him
Yeah.
that he couldn't handle it.
Right.
Yeah.
Well, and now that's because Mel Blanc did pretty much every voice. I
Right.
mean,
Yes,
Yeah.
yes,
you
he
know,
did. Yeah,
and but back in the day,
yeah.
talent like him was very hard to find.
well,
Now
Yeah.
there's a lot of people who have practiced to become that
Right.
good, so
Yeah.
that's
Yeah, well, Seth
Oh.
MacFarlane
Yeah.
wow.
really has inherited Mel Blanc's. You know, he's
Yeah.
definitely in the footsteps of Mel Blanc. There's
Yeah.
no
Yeah.
question about it. He's Mel Blanc in the 21st century, and he's brilliant, and he brings so much more, so many other things to the table
Yeah.
Okay,
that
well, now
Mel
wait a
did.
minute. Let me ask you this because and I'm not taking anything away from Seth MacFarlane because he's an amazing voice actor. He's creative. He's super funny, but he really created his own niche. He created
Yes.
his own market
Yeah.
with Family Guy
Yeah.
and American Dad and all
Yeah.
that. So, and he surrounded himself with some amazing talent as well that just
Oh,
totally
yeah.
complimented
But
him.
Oh, yeah.
but at the same time, can mimic Sinatra to a T
Yeah,
Oh,
yeah.
yeah.
and play
Yeah.
piano and
Yeah, yeah.
like, but no, yeah, to Mark, to your point, yeah, that no, he is Mel Blanc-esque, if you want to
Oh,
call
yeah.
it, in terms of his work ethic and just the range of his
Yes.
voice.
Yes.
Yeah.
Oh, absolutely.
Yeah.
No. He's absolutely astounding vocally. He I don't know if you ever it's on YouTube. I'm sure you've seen it. The Cool Whip dialogue with
Yeah.
Cool Whip.
Stewie and
Brian.
Brian. And the thing is that Stewie McFarlane did that live.
I was going to say
Yeah.
that's
Yeah.
He didn't. It wasn't cut. It wasn't line, and then
Right.
line filler. He did it real time. He did
Yeah.
both voices real time, flawlessly.
Yeah.
Because he is flawless.
Yeah.
He is. If you listen, when I watch TV, I don't know if you guys do this, but when I watch TV with headphones.
Mm.
Wireless headphones that allow me to go all over the place, but with headphones, and I'm able to hear shit with headphones and subtleties with headphones that just make me breathless with some talent online. And I strongly say, and you can do $49 Sennheiser wireless headphones, $49. Plug those in, babies. Plug those in, and then if you got a DVR. Then if let's say you want to watch commercials and want to really, really tune into commercials and how they sound today and their trends.
Yeah.
Right.
If you listen carefully, when you have headphones, you can really hear things. If you got a DVR, then you can rewind it and listen to it over and over and over again. My sainted wife, my poor sainted wife gets to hear me rewind commercials over and over and over again. The one that I love has nothing to do with voiceover. It has to do with music because when I first started producing here in Los Angeles, I was also producing jingles and my one of my favorite all-time favorite jingles is currently on right now. It's the Pepto-Bismol jingle. When you got heartburn, when you got I can't even remember the things, but the guy sings diarrhea at the end. He says diarrhea, and he sings diarrhea. And the guy, first of all, the company who came up with that jingle should be definitely getting a Clio for sure.
Right.
And the guy who lip syncs diarrhea should be getting the Emmy equivalent of an ad.
Yeah.
Just lip syncing diarrhea because when you think about just that little scene.
Right.
Yeah.
Oh,
I go into a pre-story. I go into pre-life whenever I'm teaching and things like that. And I think of that scene. All right. He lip sync diarrhea. He spent all day on the set working out the choreography to ultimately sing diarrhea. At the end of the day, he went home. The phone rings. It's his mother. And she
Did
says,
you crap your pants?
So how did you have a good day today? What did you do? And he is then going to explain that he lip sync diarrhea on a commercial, which I think is just
That's fantastic.
When things like that happen, I am like a 6-year-old.
Right.
I just fall off my chair laughing hysterically and fall onto the floor laughing because it's just the funniest, just the silliest, stupidest thing ever.
And then when you come back to earth, you realize he probably got paid pretty good to lip sync diarrhea.
That's the beauty of the whole thing.
Exactly.
Right.
That's the beauty of the whole thing. And his mother says, "So did they pay you for this?"
Oh yeah.
Yeah, Ma.
Hey,
got paid
look in the
pretty
driveway,
well.
Ma. Yep.
Yeah, right.
I just paid my mortgage for the next year, Mom.
Yeah.
We're
that
good.
Pepto-Bismol spot's going to be running all over. That I'm going to be going to the bank every week. Thank you.
Yep. Well, and now, okay, and how you were talking about walking around with the headphones on and listening to commercials. I'll never forget, especially back when I first got into radio, and starting to do spots. All I did was, it's like people like turn the, try to change the station. No, leave it, hold on. Oh, did you hear them? They screwed up. Did you hear that? Oh my! And I'd start critiquing all these commercial spots and stuff, especially on the local, like my competitor radio stations and stuff. I'd be like, oh my God, that guy just totally blew it. And they put it on the air. And like my friends are like looking at me like, yeah, we're going to go in the bar now. All right. So you can stay in the car and listen to your commercials.
Yes,
Dude, no, wait, hold on. Listen. They're going to do it again. They're going to play it again. Yeah. And
you're a media nerd back then, and you're still one now.
Yes, absolutely. It's and it is. It's I drive my wife crazy, like you said. It's
That's
hold on,
Department
honey.
of Redundancy department.
Yeah. And thank God she loves me so much.
Now we're not. Don't go there. Don't. We're not so sure about that. Don't assume anything. You know what happens when you assume?
She put a ring on it.
Okay, all right.
You're like, yeah.
Okay.
Okay. So now again, as you were saying, there are thousands of people out there doing this. And yes, you audition, you fight for everyone that you get. I know it. Okay. And I know this is probably a sore subject. Fiverr. The Fiverr sites, the what are some of the other ones? Voices on Demand.
Really?
Yeah. What do you think of these? What exactly do you think of these sites?
It's funny. I mean, I know of Fiverr.
Mm-hmm.
I don't think I've ever been on Fiverr, but I know of Fiverr. Voices on Demand. I've never heard of that before. Is that another Fiverr for voices specifically? Is that what that is? I don't know anybody who can make any kind of income from those. If they can figure out how to do that, then they're pretty goddamn smart.
Yeah. Well, it's because they nickel and dime you to death. I know that.
Well, again,
personally, I know
it just comes down to your own sense of self-worth. That's all.
Yeah.
Yeah.
No,
Well,
and that's the
Upwork
truth.
was another one.
Okay, yeah, but yeah, you're essentially selling, not necessarily a lesser version, because anybody can sign up for Fiverr and anyone can deliver voiceover work. But then at the same time, every project has a different budget, and you can only allocate so much. So
right.
I mean, if you are a Chevy and you can put it out to the top, 10 agencies out there to say, hey, give me your best shot at this copy and we'll take it, right?
Mm-hmm.
Or you're just like, man, I need a voice and I got $20.
Yeah.
It's like, what can and unfortunately, you're gonna get Andy in his non-soundproofed office, right? Giving you his best version of
most of the time you get what
kitty litter.
It's just like you're not.
But
gonna,
most of the time you get what you pay for.
Right.
Well,
absolutely. And that's what I was going to say.
Yeah,
So,
absolutely. So
okay. Now, following with this question, how many agents do you have? Can you even count?
Yes, of course.
I mean, not that you can't count.
More or less than the FBI.
1, 2, 3, 4. I have 4 agents, and then I'm also on the roster of a few production companies.
Oh, okay.
So,
all right.
So if you add up the agents and production companies, I'm like maybe seven different places.
Wow.
That in terms of agents or auditions, and then I've got clients, people, companies that I've worked for years.
Right.
Who I do work with on a regular basis.
Yeah.
So that always happens, and that's enough because I have so many other things going on.
Yeah.
I can't. I really. It's enough.
Now, do you
It
get
really
the
is.
2 a.m. phone call? Hey, Mark, we really need to get this spot done. Can you
No.
jump in a studio? You don't do that?
At 2 a.m.?
Yeah.
No. If anybody wants to, no, they people just email me, and then when I get into the office and studio, I see it. But no,
Yeah.
I don't-
Yeah.
my days of responding at 2 a.m. are way
Way beyond.
way past, way past. But when I
Hmm.
was younger, when I was absolutely young and hungry,
Yeah.
then I found myself. Oh, I remember one time I was in the studio. I didn't come out until 8 o'clock in the morning. So it was really, it was wild. We went in at 5 or 4 in the afternoon and didn't come out till
Jeez.
eight the next morning. But it was wonderful because I was doing a spot for Pabst Blue Ribbon, and we were doing
Oh.
a whole thing with Eddie Rabbit, and it was just,
Oh.
it
Nice.
was,
Oh,
so
man.
you get up and do that, and I think that was even on a Sunday or something like that because I grew up. I cut my teeth in Los Angeles in the 80s and 90s with ad agencies that said, "Hey, if you can't come in on Saturday, don't bother coming in Sunday."
Right. Yeah. Oh,
And
yeah.
so because everybody was pitching a multi-million-dollar account on Monday morning.
Right.
Yeah.
And
Right.
so they
Right.
had to
Yeah.
work through the weekend and everything else like that. So so yeah. But to your point, it's it, it's a business. It's an industry.
Right.
But I have to tell you that the voiceover industry as a whole is the most supportive and the most sharing
Yes.
of all of the arts that I know of.
Yeah, I've actually made just through like Facebook pages and stuff. I've met some incredible people who are just very kind and very very helpful. Hey, send it over to me. I'll listen to it or whatever.
Yep.
And
Yep.
I think it's out,
Very
and I've done the
supportive.
same thing. Yeah, and I think it's great. And they will be brutally honest. They'll be like, dude,
Yeah.
what are you doing? Or oh my God, you totally nailed it. If they don't buy that, then I
Yes.
don't know what's wrong.
Yes.
Yeah.
And so I absolutely love those people for it. Uh, now, so how does one, and because, this is, I know we don't have a whole lot of people on with us right now, but that we get a lot of response off the audio part of the podcast. So,
Mhm.
and I'm going to plug this out on a lot of those pages that, I'm on. How does one go about finding a good agent? What is one of your tips and tricks for that?
Well, there are good agencies all over the place. There are
Mhm.
there are reputable talent agencies all over the place. And if you're interested in voice acting, then I mean, if you're a voice actor, then you're going to only apply to talent agencies that have a voice acting department. Not all
Right.
talent agencies
Right.
do.
Yeah.
So the thing is that virtually all talent agencies are union affiliated, SAG-AFTRA affiliated, although there are some in the right to work state like in Texas, but still they do union as well as non-union. But
Right.
they're all licensed agents. So they have to, they're with the Better Business Bureau, they're licensed, they're bonded, they have insurance, they're reputable agencies and they've been around. So and finding out the reputation of a particular agency is easy as pie. Now you
Right.
need to go online and do that. So finding a reputable agency, simple as pie. You
Yeah.
couldn't.
So
Every single major city has dozens and dozens of talent agencies and a handful of agencies that have voiceover departments. And those are the agencies that you want to apply for representation.
right. So your best tip is check them out, dig into them, see
Do
how
your
well
homework.
yeah,
Yeah.
do some homework. Don't
Do
just
your homework.
go with like the first one you get a hold of and they go, "Oh
That's
yeah, sure." And
that's my general advice to anybody doing
Mhm.
anything.
Anything.
Do your
Yeah.
homework.
Right.
Where's the best pizza?
Do
Well,
your homework.
Google it.
Oh, can I put out a
Mm.
random, uh, uh, uh,
Please.
um, pet peeve?
What's the name of the show?
Yeah.
Please. Yes.
Right behind me here.
I just had 2 people in a row. I spoke to 2 people in a row. Pretty much every day I speak to somebody who's been referred to me.
Mhm.
Either you send me an email or call me and say, "Hey, somebody referred you, and I'd like to talk to you about either coaching or demos or whatever the case may be, or just breaking into voice acting if you don't, et cetera, et cetera."
Right.
And so we talk. We talk for a little bit, and I debrief them a little bit, usually on the phone. On the phone. When I'm on the phone, usually I do email, but occasionally I'll take a break and just pick up the phone and call them. They left their phone number. They left me a message. The least I can do is call them back.
Right.
But at the end of the conversation, and just recently, these people will remain anonymous. They asked me, "So what do you think?" And I said, "What do I think of what?" They said, "What do I think? What do you think of my voice?" I said, "What about your voice? It's your voice."
You sound like you.
Right.
You nailed it.
You're probably sounding like you every day, better and better every
Yeah,
day.
yeah, yeah. Keep
So,
at it, buddy.
so I said, "What do you mean? How would I possibly?" She said, "Do you think I have?" One person said, "Do you think I have a shot at this?" And I said, just
What?
totally honestly, how would I know?
Yeah.
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 What?
Right.
How would I possibly know if you have a shot at anything? I haven't heard you do anything except talk to me for 10 minutes on the phone. Well, I haven't heard you perform. How could I possibly
Yeah.
know if you have a shot? Or how could I know if you have a shot? And there was total silence at the other end of the phone. And I said, "Oh shit. I just blew that business opportunity right there." I'm probably thinking, "What an asshole." Yeah, exactly. But still, I mean, how could I possibly know if
Well,
you have
and
a shot? And then another person says, "So what do you think of what do you think of my again, what do you think of my voice? Is my voice uh, 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 competitive enough?" And I said, "It has nothing to do with your voice.
right.
Yeah.
It's your acting.
Right.
Yeah.
You're an actor. You're a voice actor. You have to act. It
Right.
doesn't matter what your voice is, it's what you do with it."
Yeah. Absolutely. You
But
have to get into character. You have to get into the role. You
so
have to absorb all that. Yeah.
I'm asking all of your listeners, if they are interested in voice acting, to not just pick up a phone with somebody who has been in the business for a while and ask them to make any kind of judgment
Oh God.
based on a
Yeah.
10-minute phone call,
Yeah.
Yeah.
because that has nothing to do with anything. It's
Right.
just you speaking. Okay.
Well, and that's the thing too. Like, you hear my voice right now like this, but then when I'm doing a voice commercial, depending on what it is that I'm doing, or I could be really excited talking about something right now, and so yeah, your normal voice is not what you put out over the air. It's not what you
Actually,
put
it
Right.
in.
is. Actually, it is supposed to be. That's the whole point.
Yeah.
That's what I teach. Voice work, a lot of voice work, the majority of voice work has nothing to do with characters.
But
Has
it's
nothing to do with characters whatsoever.
well,
It's
okay.
your natural, it's your core. One of my colleagues, David Lawrence the 17th, has described the term is signature voice. You've heard the term signature voice.
Mhm.
Yeah.
What is your signature voice? My colleague, David Lawrence the 17th, defines that as your core natural voice. The voice you speak to your mom, your dad, your kids, if you have any, your spouse, if you have one or more than one, your neighbors, your relatives, your clients, your boss, if you have any.
Right.
The voice you use automatically with these people and not even thinking about it,
Yeah.
that is your signature voice, your core natural voice.
Okay.
And that voice is the voice that most commercials are. You
Yeah.
don't hear a lot of booming announcers. Yes, you still do hear announcers, but many times they're caricature announcers. And
Right.
sometimes they're not caricature announcers. There'll always be room for announcers. By the
Right.
way, here's another thing. Announcers out there, all you announcers out there, don't be ashamed to be an announcer. Don't be shamed into being an announcer. Oh, you're just an announcer. Fuck you. I'm sorry. But announcers
No,
are
it's
really,
true.
really important. Announcers are important, and they're everywhere. If you just listen, you'll hear announcers everywhere. They may not
Yeah.
be sexy. They may not be
Right.
creative or fun or
Right.
entertaining. They're utilitarian, and they
But-
are used everywhere in every medium and even live announce. It's very important. Announcers, don't be ashamed to be an announcer, because there's a
Right.
shitload of work out there.
Yeah.
Oh yeah.
Well, and
And
the
the
thing with
funny thing
announcers is you don't notice a good announcer. A good
That's right.
announcer just does it, and it's like, oh, okay, that
Thank
was an
you.
announcement.
That's right, Matt.
Yeah.
That's
But you
exactly
notice
right.
a bad announcer.
Oh, absolutely.
Well, yeah.
That's and,
Oh, yeah.
and I think that as an announcer, to be a good one,
Yeah.
you shouldn't
It's-
be noticed.
Well, it's like somebody
And
playing an
you should-
instrument. When
Yeah.
when they're good, you go wow. When they're bad, you go oh.
You're like,
Exactly.
oh,
Yeah.
ouch.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I mean,
So
not everybody
well,
can be Don Pardo. So
no,
No,
God.
Don Pardo is, but he's a caricature of himself at this point.
oh
Yes.
yeah.
Absolutely.
Yeah.
So speaking of that, we actually have to do a quick commercial, Mark, if you can hang
Okay.
out with us for just a second.
Yes.
For our sponsor, Neil Getzlow. So
Okay.
I'm going to pull you all out here for just a minute while we do that. And then we
Okay.
will be right back in about a minute and 10 seconds or so.
And let's all overanalyze Chris's performance in this commercial.
Okay.
We'll
Good
come
idea.
back
I've already done that.
and we
I'm
will
going to see
give
what I can
a-
get done in a minute. and
Crap.
10 seconds.
How long is
Abe.
it supposed to be? Because I can time it.
Well, so originally the copy was 60 seconds, but Chris
Yeah.
stretched it into a minute 13 to the
Thank you,
dismay
Chris.
of radio producers everywhere. He went long with it.
Okay. Well, we'll see where we milked it. Okay. We'll
But
see
we
where he
couldn't
milked
cut a
it. All right.
second.
All right. Can't wait
I
to hear it.
so loathe you right now, Andrew. Oh my God.
What? We're talking voiceover stuff.
I
Come on, that was
know, but
perfectly.
we are.
This is.
Yeah.
Oh God!
All right,
damn
I'm
it.
embarrassed.
Lay it
I
on
made
us.
it.
Lay it on us. Here we go.
I should have gone back and redid
Can't
it.
wait.
All right. All
Let's
right.
do it.
Hold on. Okay. We'll be right
We're gonna come back like with the Olympics.
Oh, shit. Oh, I cut him off. Oh, God
Oh,
damn
you
it.
Cut him off, you
Oh,
bastard.
Lord have mercy.
Oh.
All right. Just hang tight.
BRB.
Now I feel like an ass. The Random Christian Show is proudly sponsored by Neil Getzlow's new book, Unmasked. Hey, it's Christian, and we're all struggling with something in our lives. I mean, men and women both. Maybe it's an addiction or loneliness or bitterness, something that just keeps us on edge. Well, for Neil Getzlow, he had an addiction to porn that started when he was just 9 years old. And then it built up and it turned into a sex addiction as an adult. But thanks to the power of prayer and forgiveness from both God and his wife, Neil was able to walk away from those struggles and completely turn his life around. Now, it may be you or somebody you know, but if Neil can do it, I promise you, you can do it too. There is hope and there is a way out. God's going to give you the path, but are you going to take it? I want you to check out Neil's new book, Unmasked, and learn all about this. If you use the code RANDOM for free shipping, you're going to save a bunch of money and you're going to really help yourself or somebody out. All right. Go to therandomchristianshow.com. There's a link there, or go to neilgetzlow.com, NeilGetzlow.com, and check it out. Don't forget to put in the code RANDOM for free shipping. And we're back.
Now,
Okay, so my question for you, Mark, is
Yes, sir.
does Chris have what it takes to be a voiceover actor? I'm just kidding.
Yes, I know. I know. However, I want let's critique that just for a second here. Well, I shouldn't say let's. I'll critique that.
I was going to say it. None of us are critiquing it.
Right.
Okay. All right.
I have, yeah.
Here's the thing. So yeah, he came out to a minute 13, and he
Mhm.
used every single second of that right.
Yeah.
Here's why. Because if you race through something emotional, it'll sound like you don't give a shit.
Right.
Yeah.
And
Yeah.
so there was no way that he should have ever tried to
Right. Cram 13
Cram-
seconds in,
cram
into the minute.
73 seconds of copy into a 60-second shoe.
Right.
Yeah.
All right. He had to take every single second of that, The great thing is it's not broadcast, so he's not paying.
Right.
So we don't
We're
worry
not
about
we're
the
not
time there.
constrained by traditional.
You're not constrained by
ad times.
a traditional 60.
Yeah.
If you had been, then you would have had to cut a copy.
Yeah.
But the thing is that it was a heartfelt message. And if Christian had gone I'm talking about you in the third person for a second here. If Christian had gone any faster, he would have sounded disingenuous, and he would have done disservice to his client who was paying for that ad.
Yeah.
So you did a great job with that, sir. You did a great
Thank you.
job. You did a
Well,
very,
thank
very
you,
nice
buddy.
job with that.
Thank you very much. Yeah, I just, I worked with him. We were trying to whittle it down. He actually had almost 2 minutes worth of stuff. And I'm like, okay, Neil, we got to bring it down a little bit.
I think you did a great job. I think you compromised well, and you got all that information in, and you laid out the story very well, and you did a great job.
Well, thank you. Thank you very much. That is a huge compliment coming from you, sir. I'm now humbled very much.
No, but you told the story. Our job as narrators is to honor what the writer wrote.
Yeah.
That's
Absolutely.
our job.
Yeah.
Yep.
I'll tell you a little story that I always tell my students.
Okay.
It's what I call the ugly baby syndrome. All right. So do you remember when the big department stores like Macy's and Gimbals and May Company, just the big department stores, Dillard's,
Right.
would have a section, usually right next to where you fill out a credit card, up at the top of where management is of the store.
Yeah.
They would have an area for family portraits.
Oh, yes.
And the mom and the dad would bring the baby in, and they would have their family portrait done. And there would always be a little family portrait gallery in the mall or in these big department stores. Remember?
Sears.
Right?
Okay. Absolutely.
All right. And most people who bring in their babies, most babies are pretty cute. They come in with the things and everything. But every so often, somebody comes in with a baby that makes the photographer go, like that.
Oh my God.
You don't say anything. It's just
breathtaking.
All right. Okay. Still, the photographer's job is to make that baby look good.
Yes.
That's our job.
Yeah.
No matter what we're narrating, no matter what story we're telling, even if that story is not pretty,
Right.
we have to make that story look good and sound good.
Yes.
That's our job. That's
And
the narrator's job.
interesting,
Now, that said, we only can do so much because the best actors in the world cannot surmount bad writing.
Yes.
And
That's
that's my other tip for your listeners. Don't justify bad writing. If you get an audition and the writing is terrible, ignore it. Let it go.
Yeah.
Right.
Do not justify it. Do not do it. Because if the writer hears people auditioning, they're going to think, oh, I am a good writer.
Right.
But if nobody auditions, they might get the hint.
Yeah.
Because a lot of writers should be just taken out to a back alley and shot.
I have actually made
opinion.
I've made suggestions when I've seen, like, I've done some 30-second spots and things like that and some YouTube stuff. And I've actually written back and said, hey, on the third paragraph down here where you guys want me to say, I said, I think you need to reword this before I do it. Or if you want, give me liberty to reword it. Is that okay? And they will be like, yeah, that's fine.
Sure.
I mean,
many times that's right. That's right. Because you're doing it for free.
Yeah.
I think a lot of writers have a problem with not reading out loud what they've written.
Don't get me started, please, man.
I'm sure.
Started.
But
Now, there's another
pet peeve of mine. You'll read something out and you're like, you didn't read that back to yourself, did you?
That's right. Exactly. You know what my other pet peeve is? All caps.
Oh God, I hate that.
Oh yeah.
No.
Now, well, you know
How
why?
excited do you need?
You
me
know
to
why?
be?
Now, just think about this. Anybody who writes with all caps, these people were emailing in the 90s. Okay. All right. And they understood that all caps meant shouting. And then they started texting in the aughts and the tens. And they understood that the all caps in text meant shouting. And yet they still do scripts that have all caps.
Yeah.
It's
Which is?
unbelievable. It's
Shout
just-
him.
That's right.
Yeah.
It's just unbelievable. What happened? Did the cap lock get stuck and you forgot? Are you kidding me?
You're not reading
I
what
would-
you're- yeah.
Or
Yeah.
the wrong punctuation. The wrong punctuation.
That's
oh my
Department of
God.
Redundancy Department. That happens all the time, Random. But writers are notoriously bad spellers, bad grammarians. They wouldn't know punctuation marks if it bit them on the ass. They don't time themselves. They don't proofread their own copy. As I said, many of them should just be taken out into a back alley and shot.
And shot.
Yeah.
Yes.
So I would get emails from our production guys at the radio station, and because they have been writing in all caps pretty much all day, so they never just took it off.
Yeah.
And so whenever I got emails from them, I'd immediately type back, "Stop shouting at me." I'll get it done."
Yeah.
You know,
If everybody did that, then this kind of shit would stop.
Right.
Absolutely.
Absolutely.
It's unbelievable. It's the biggest eye roll in the world. It's a capital WTF every day.
Right. Absolutely. Yeah.
Those can be
Yeah.
in all caps.
That's all
WTF.
caps. That's right. That's an acronym. That's okay.
WTF.
Well,
Yes, I know.
and you are
Ah.
yelling that when you're
It's just
saying it.
crazy. So, speaking of keeping it challenging and doing something new every day, I'm getting ready to do another new commercial demo tomorrow.
Nice.
Yeah, that's
So-
that's in the works tomorrow. So
All
I'm
right.
going to have another
Any
new.
kind of hint you can give us as to what it might be? What genre of product?
Oh, it's commercial.
Or-
The commercials. They're all
No, I
commercial.
mean, but
No, it's a commercial
the
demo
commercial
reel.
for-
Yeah.
Oh,
Yeah.
It's a commercial. It's a commercial demo. That's basically it's a demo of me
gotcha.
doing various commercial excerpts.
Yeah,
Oh,
it's
so
just-
it's a
it's just
demonstration
clips.
of your
Yeah.
ability
a
to
VO
do
demo,
commercials.
just like
Demo.
any other VO demo. Yeah.
Demo, Matt. Demo.
I'm sorry. I'm
Yes.
sorry.
No, that's okay. And
Um,
and I'm really excited that my daughter, who's a terrific video editor, is going to be doing the video demo of my audio demo. She's going to be doing my
Very
video voice
cool.
demo after my audio voice demo is completed. So that's going to be
Nice.
fun. That's going to be a lot of fun. And that's the other thing I've been doing. And I don't not only do voice demos, but I do video voice demos, which
uh-huh.
basically her cut line is showcase your voice the way it was meant to be seen.
Ah,
I love it.
I
I
like
love
it.
it.
Yes,
Yes.
that is cool.
So I'm
So-
kind of teaming up with my daughter.
Yeah.
In this-
Now,
in this
does she
endeavor,
have
which
her
is
own
just the best.
production company? Or
Yep. Yep.
Oh, that's very
Wow,
cool.
that's awesome, man. God, you guys
Remy-
got all the bases covered.
Remy Cashman editorial.
Nice.
All right.
Very well. Hey, nice little plug there. And okay, now if people want to get a hold of you, Mark, let's get. I want to keep. I meant to plug this a little bit earlier because
Yeah.
people kind of tune in and out of podcasts.
Yeah.
How can people get a hold of Marc Cashman and Marc Cashman commercials?
They can just go on to my website, which is cashmancommercials.com.
Okay.
Just like it
And-
sounds, Cashman, Cashman, commercials, plural.com. Or they can email me at Marc, MARC, at cashmancommercials.com. So they
Okay.
can get a hold of me directly there. And
Beautiful.
or if they just Google Marc Cashman, there's an embarrassment of Google pages with my name on it.
There
Turns out
is.
that there
a
is
lot.
there's one other Marc Cashman who lives in Toronto who had it's just the creepiest thing. Years ago, I get an email from Marc Cashman. Okay, now just think about that for a second.
I'm talking
the
to myself
future.
now. An email.
An email from Marc Cashman came in and it was a different email address. And I went, what? Am I in the Twilight Zone? Okay, now think about that. Think about that. If you got an email from Christian Random with a different email address, you'd say, what the? You'd do a WTF. Absolutely. Right. So anyway, so it's Marc Cashman. What? So, and I read the email and he says, hey, I'm Marc Cashman. I live in Toronto. I see
Who the hell are you?
I see you live in Los Angeles. I wrote a screenplay. Would you be able to shop my screenplay?
Whoa.
Because his name was Marc Cashman. Because my
Huh.
name was Marc Cashman and I lived in LA. I would be able to shop his screenplay.
Wow.
Now, is that now talk about random?
Yeah.
right.
Yeah. Really.
Okay.
Yeah.
Did you do it for him?
Did-
Oh, we'll never know.
That's
Let's-
just it's too creepy by half.
Yeah.
I mean, it's just
Yeah.
too. It's. I mean, it was a WTF. I mean, it's just a
Yeah.
what? Are you, what? I just couldn't even believe that was happening. It was even more Twilight Zone-ish because of
Yeah.
what he was asking. What he was asking. It wasn't a matter of, hey, I'm your doppelganger, and if you
I was
ever
gonna say-
anybody ever says Marc Cashman, there's another Marc Cashman, then well, I'm here, and good to know that there's another Marc Cashman. That kind of a thing, I'd say, okay, I
Yeah.
can see that
Right.
happening. Okay,
Yeah.
you know, Mark, there's not a lot of Marc Cashmans in the world out there.
Right.
Just like there are
Especially
a
with
lot
the
of not a
C.
Christian randoms out there, I will assume.
Yeah. Oh,
Shall
yeah.
I assume that? Is that a good thing to assume?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. Yeah.
I would
Yeah.
say so. So anyway, that's that. Yeah, no, he didn't say that. He didn't say, "Hey, no, can you shop my screenplay?" What the crazy,
Yeah. Sure, buddy. Send it over. Yeah. No problem.
unbelievable.
Okay. Now, just because it's running through the back of my head, what critiques did you have for my little voiceover minute 13-second spot there?
Well, we just went through that.
I know.
I just
Okay.
told you, you just
Yeah.
did a great job with that.
Well, nothing better I could have done.
Well, he can't give a proper assessment over one listen.
Well,
He's gotta
no,
dissect it.
I can give
He
a
is
total
the man,
assessment
though,
over
dude.
one listen. I could,
Okay, all right.
No,
Well,
as I said, you did a really, really nice job with that spot. Just remember that spot was 73 seconds long.
Yeah.
All right. And the last 10 seconds was stuff that nobody will ever they're not writing shit down. Right.
Right.
So that was a waste of time, truthfully. In there, they're not going to,
Okay.
unless you give them a link that they can actually click on right there. And then that was a waste,
Yeah.
a waste
Good
of
point.
time. You didn't
Yeah.
need that. That said, the writing was okay. It was a synopsis of the book.
Right.
And it told about the book. Was it a super exciting or thrilling? No, it was a book about a porn addiction.
Yeah.
So there's just so much of it is the way it's written, and
Right.
you didn't. It was unadorned. You didn't have any music or anything else like that under it. Not that you
Well,
you
I
needed
didn't.
it.
I was thinking about trying to put a music bed underneath it, but I was like, what kind of music goes good with this? I don't
Right.
know.
Right, exactly. And
I
sometimes
didn't want to
less.
be over dramatic with music, and I
Absolutely.
didn't want
And
to be too
I
happy,
totally agree with
frilly,
that.
and
Sometimes less is more.
yeah.
And so
And
so
that's
sometimes music is inappropriate. Not everything needs music.
right.
Uh, and I tell that to my clients all the time. Well, because you have music doesn't mean that you have to use it.
Right.
It's
Absolutely.
what's
And
appropriate.
like,
But overall, you told the story well. But the
Okay.
story was not dynamic. It wasn't funny. It wasn't witty. It wasn't
Yeah.
meant to be entertaining. It
Yeah.
wasn't an action thriller or anything else like that. It was a synopsis of a book about porn addiction. So you
Right.
can only go do so much with
Yeah.
that.
yeah.
Right.
And that, God, it took me several takes to get into a point where I could just tell the story the way I thought it should have been told,
And as
No, I
long as
think
your client was happy with it, that's the most important thing.
Right.
right.
Yeah.
That's
So,
the most important thing.
yeah.
I
But
think it sounds
is
sincere.
it going to
so-
win? Is it going to win a Clio Award?
No.
Or an Audi Award or anything else like that? No, because it's a different thing. It's
nothing.
a 60-second commercial about a book about porn addiction.
Yeah.
Again, it's
Yeah.
So
not
kind of
the
putting
sexiest thing in the world. Yes.
putting a
Not-
music bed like this underneath
And
probably wouldn't
just-
have been a good idea.
just think also is that- Oh,
Yeah.
yes.
Sorry.
and yelled in all caps, "If you have a porn addiction and would like to learn
Yes.
how to," yeah,
Yeah, oh God. Now Neil would have driven over here and punched me right in the
Yeah,
back
he
of the
would
head.
have. Yeah,
And I would not have blamed him one bit. Okay, one thing I meant to ask you last time, because we talked, I mean, you've done a lot of animation and stuff like that. What is your most favorite character that you've ever voiced?
Oh, jeez Louise. My most favorite character that I ever
And will
voiced.
you give us a sample?
No, I can't.
Okay, that's what I was afraid of. Damn it.
No, I can't. I'm just trying to think offhand. Okay, well, the most famous character that I voiced was, well, basically
Well,
wasn't so
no,
much.
no, no. I
It was
didn't want most famous. I want your favorite, the one you
well,
loved
the
doing.
one I loved the most was in oh, I'm blanking on the name of the video game. I'm completely blanking on the name of the video game. I played a plastic surgeon,
Andy knows it.
and and
Oh, I
Twisted
Yeah,
Metal.
we talked about this
Yes,
last time.
Twisted Metal. That's
Twisted
right.
That's
Metal.
right.
Okay.
Yeah,
Yeah.
that's it. I would say that's probably my favorite character, only because at the end of the first version of Twisted Metal, where Dollface strangles me to death,
Right.
they brought me back a year later because they said that scene was not violent enough, and they wanted her to chop my head off with a machete. And so I came back and did that. It wasn't as much fun as the first time, because the first time when she was jumping on top of me to strangle me, I had a 24-year-old gorgeous woman repeatedly jumping on top of me as I fell back onto an air mattress. That was basically how they did it in the studio, because I was all on camera. And so repeatedly, a gorgeous 24-year-old jumped on top of me repeatedly and pretended to strangle me. And then I came home, and my wife said, "So how'd work go today?" I said, "It was terrible."
Yeah. That's
So
awful day at work.
boring.
Exactly.
God,
Yeah.
Yeah.
No,
worst script ever.
I was just sitting around, just doing nothing. Anyway, yeah. So that happened, and then a year later came back, and so the shot the famous shot, the screenshot, is a shot of me with my mouth doing this. And that's it. So it's a screen, and then it pulls back. So then you see my hair, but my hair is now being held by a hand. And then it pulls
Oh,
back
God.
even more,
Oh, wow.
and that hand comes down to the fact that that Dollface is holding my severed head with her hand,
Oh, wow.
and she's got my head in one hand and the machete in the other.
Jeez.
Yeah, and that's
Oh
the
my God.
screenshot. So I would have to say that's my favorite character.
So
awesome.
interesting side note. This news came out about a week ago, is that NBC is actually developing a Twisted Metal TV series.
Ah, I
Doesn't
saw
surprise
something about, yeah.
Yeah.
Doesn't surprise me. Doesn't
Yeah.
surprise me. Yeah.
Yeah.
That's it. No,
So-
animation and is just the hottest thing ever, and
Oh, yeah.
we're so lucky, because we're right in the center of all this media and an explosion of media and talent, and it's just terrific. So
Yeah.
listen, guys, I need to wrap this up, only because I've got a
yeah, of course.
4 o'clock a workshop that starts in about 15 minutes or so.
Okay. All
So I
right.
wanted to know
yeah.
if you had any other questions for me that I could answer in rapid fire.
Geez, about 1 million.
Well, I want to know.
Well, we could do
Did
this
we
again.
last
We'll
time
do
we
part
talked to
3.
you?
Yeah.
Did we ask you what your favorite Bond film was?
Yeah, I
I
don't
have
think
to-
we got to the questions of randomity.
Yeah,
I don't
did
think
we?
so. I don't think
did.
so. But as far as I'm concerned, Daniel Craig was James Bond. He'll be a hard act to
Ooh.
follow. But
Yeah.
Daniel Craig was like the template for James Bond. I just thought he was absolutely the best ever.
And that's
I think
a lot of the
great
people
reboot.
that have done. We had Oh my gosh, what was the gentleman's
Yeah,
name?
we had the Bond expert on here, the guy who did the encyclopedia.
Ruben. Oh my
Wow.
gosh.
Yeah.
Wow.
But yeah, and he said that was how Bond was actually supposed to be from the beginning, was like Daniel Craig, just very dark,
Really?
very and explosive the way he is. Well, let's well, yeah, you've got to get going. I don't want to hold you up because you need to get
Yeah,
ready.
let's
Absolutely.
We'll
No, we
we'll
can-
do part 3.
Absolutely, we'll do part
Yeah.
3. That's a
Yes.
piece of cake. Absolutely.
All right,
Definitely,
we'll-
definitely. Thank you so much for
and
having
we'll
me.
set it up on a Wednesday this time.
You-
So-
Absolutely, absolutely. Christian, thank you so much for having me. Andy, thank you so much. Matt, thank you so
Mark-
much for
Mark,
inviting me. I
joining
really
us,
appreciate
Amazing
it.
as always.
Thank you.
so
Thank you
much.
so
And
much,
I'm
Mark.
actually going to be reaching out to you here very soon because I need to talk to you about a couple voiceover things. So,
Excellent,
Um,
excellent. We shall talk.
all right,
we
my
shall
friend.
talk.
All right. Thank you so much again,
Gentlemen.
Mark
Cool.
Cashman.
Thank you so
We'll
much,
have a
Mark.
link to your website on our website. So if
Thank
you
people
so
want to
much.
reach out there that way, we will have them get a hold of you. Mark
Thank you,
Cashman,
gentlemen.
ladies and gentlemen. And let's
Thank you,
give
Mark.
you a little I'm too sexy on the way out there. There you go. Thank you, buddy. Have a great day, man.
You take-
Oh my gosh. Oh my God. I still had so many more questions. Oh, wow. That was awesome.
Well, we'll have him for a third time.
Yeah,
Yep, we will.
I forgot how fun of an interview he was.
Dude, he's such a blast. I love
Yeah.
having we could do him every week. Well, I mean, you know,
Yeah.
just have him on, and maybe we should do that. Maybe borrow a little. We'll have to move the show to Wednesdays though.
Yeah. Sorry,
We'll have
Corey. We're actually early
15
this week. We're back on time this week, Corey.
yeah.
And Lois,
Yeah.
Mark Cashman is our guest today.
Yeah. Oh, she asked that. She asked that about 10 minutes into the show.
Oh, I
yeah.
know.
Like
It just
Yeah.
I didn't have the
I'm
chat
just answering
enabled.
her
So
right now.
oh, well, way to get with it there, buddy. All right.
Well, it's so since I'm not behind the scenes, I can't go. Chris,
Yeah.
your wife wants to know who's on the show today.
Yes. Terribly sorry.
Or we
Terribly
could go
sorry.
down here like this. Hey guys, they can't.
Oh, shut up. Oh my gosh. All right. Well,
I'm just
God.
saying.
Dude.
I'm answering
Well,
the
dude, I'm
questions
very
that pop up.
stoked. He liked my commercial. Even though it went 13 seconds over the 60-second mark. I knew you were gonna do that, dude.
Well, you know what? So I can't tell you how many times, because I was when I was physically at the radio stations and not
Oh,
working
dude.
from home, I worked right next to the production office.
Yeah.
So I would see the grumbling production guys saying, "Give me 85 seconds of copy," as they went into their office, right?
Oh, dude.
You
It
know?
is the most frustrating thing in the world.
Right. Yeah. No, absolutely. So that I thought it was funny because we're not constrained by traditional ad lengths here. We could have a 5-minute ad if we wanted to. We could have
Yeah.
Oh, yeah.
So but that's just what I'm saying is, and I thought it was funny because he lives in that universe,
Yeah.
He's had to get 75 seconds worth of copy in a 60-second ad,
Oh, yes. You can talk very fast, just like this.
Right. Yeah.
It's oh my God. Or what's even worse is people cheat and use the digital compressor.
Oh,
and-
no, absolutely.
And
Yeah.
it's
Right,
Oh,
yeah.
it drives
I
that
hate
drives me
hearing
even
that.
worse.
Oh yeah.
I hate
Oh
when
god, no,
people-
the legal jargon at the end of some of those ones, or
Yeah.
you know,
And that used to they're like, "Oh, just use that." I'm like, "No.
yeah,
No, I will have this studio until I'm done doing it and I'll do it right." And they, I'd eventually get it, or I'd be like scratching words out of their copy
right, yeah.
and redoing it the way I wanted to do it.
Which reminds me, have you ever seen the show News Radio? I'm
Oh,
Oh
sure you
yeah.
God, I
Saw
own the
that.
whole series.
Okay,
Yeah.
well, so
Most
the
amazing
episode
show
where
ever.
they're doing the baseball
Oh, yeah.
commercial,
Yep.
and they end up cutting out mad words and it's all crack bat ball.
Right. Yeah.
It's like how short can we make this commercial?
Yeah. No, that was a very solid representation of what happens
It-
in it was
Yeah.
really good. They did their homework there for sure.
Yeah. And you could not have picked better actors. Phil Hartman as the
God.
egotistical. I mean, he's like the typical morning jock kind of big wig guy. He's the talent. He's the
The
voice of
day
that
revolves
station.
around me.
Oh
Yes. And then Dave Foley as the guy who's trying to just hold everybody together and losing his mind all at the same time.
Yeah.
Because that is pretty much every program director you'll ever meet in
Oh
your life.
yeah. Yep.
They just, hey man, how you doing? Shut up! What? Okay, yes, you're right. I'm sorry, I didn't mean to yell at you. Will you get back in the booth now? And yeah, it's just it reminds me of every program director I've
Yeah.
ever worked with. Even in college, that's how they were. They were just
Yeah.
sad little
Yeah.
people.
I had really, really great program directors for I mean, like 90% of the program directors I worked with were some of the best bosses I ever had.
Yeah. No,
So,
and yeah.
I got really lucky in that regard. So,
Yeah,
but then I was working in market 4. So,
well,
they tend to pay talent in that market.
Right. It's now there was one that I worked with and Matt will remember the radio station Sly 96
Corey's
FM.
making comments.
Oh, hey, Corey. Yeah, it probably is the caffeine. You're right. It's absolutely right, Corey. I love to have caffeine. I love it. In fact, I'm around a lot right now, and I can't even get any more right now. And I wish I could just lick the bottom of this toe. And you go,
I really like how
it's
you
coffee
think I
grounds.
remember stuff that happened 25 years ago.
When I was on Sly 96 FM.
I didn't listen to you on Sly 96.
Oh, that's true. That was back when I was
station.
Cage on 93.3.
Yeah, I listened
KZOZ.
to you on Z93.
Yep.
But not
Well,
no case.
but DC oh my god, what was his last name?
Used to be
Anyway,
a wonderful top 40 station.
Yeah, DC
And then
was
when it went, I'm gonna complain here for a while.
Oh god.
No. When it went power hits, that top 15 bullshit,
Yeah.
over and over. Same songs.
Yeah.
All the time. No.
Yeah. Top 40.
Used to be a great little top 40 station that played top 40, but
you know, it like format flips are funny when a station is underperforming financially, and it might just be like just a little bit, you know, like it's not like a huge underperformance, but then it gets on the radar of the person paying the bills. Yeah. And then if it's a larger company, they're saying, well, what format is working in a similar market? But even
and that's the problem is they look at it.
When you start playing that game, you just get into all sorts of trouble, because then you're just like, well, this format could possibly work here. They'll do some like focus groups around it and stuff like that, but it almost always goes badly.
They took a radio station that was an AM radio station and put it on FM, which is a fine move. I mean, give it the times finally in the late 80s or whenever they finally did it. But the transition from a solid top 40 station. I mean, if you wanted to listen to just pop music that wasn't our AOR radio station.
Yeah. Oh yeah. Yeah. No.
You had two. You had and Chris worked at both of them. Funnily enough.
Yeah.
But yeah, you either had your rock station, or your top 40 station.
Yeah.
You also had
it was total AOR too. It was total classic rock. I mean, just and spanned decades. It's like
and they tried changing that format too, where they were playing just more modern stuff.
Right.
Yeah.
And
it's
it
just
fell
like,
apart.
why don't you just play it all? It's rock.
Now.
Play from Elvis Presley to whatever came out yesterday. Who cares?
But you know what? And Corey, don't get me wrong, Corey.
Corey's making some good points too.
Yeah, no, there have been some rebrands that I've been 100% behind, and they've all, some have worked, some haven't, but some are the right choice for the market, and some aren't. But at the same time, a lot of those decisions are made for who are we going to sell ads to, you know?
And that's the problem is we're selling ads. We're not selling our music and our DJs.
Right. Yeah. And like famously KOIT in San Francisco, they called it the soccer mom station because they wanted to focus 35 to 44 women. Right. Yeah. So it was all like soft rock, but they wanted to, obviously you stay in that 25 to 54 demo of in San Francisco. Those are the people who are spending money. Right. But at the same time, you're focusing on soccer moms and driving kids to soccer practice and talking to them. And so those are the ads that you're going to sell. And that defines literally what music you play, because you want them to keep it on the station. Right. And that's why now there's become this race to get Christmas music out first. And before it was always the Friday after Thanksgiving when Christmas music would start, right? That's not the case anymore, man. That's not the case anymore. It starts November 1 now, right? Because of the ads you can sell behind it, and because of people are going to play that in their stores. They're going to play that for businesses. And now that the rating system is different too. The rating system is more true than filling out a piece of paper.
Well, the rating system is real time.
It goes off of a signal now, and it not goes off of your memory. So it's it's very different. It's obviously this hits so close to home because this is the industry that I've lived and breathed for going on 23 years now, right? And it's fascinating that sometimes that a lot of these format flips there's so much work that goes on behind it, and like it should work on paper, and I mean it's just like a sports team trading for a big name, right? And it doesn't necessarily work out, and all the research is done. This guy hit 800 home runs in his other park, but he couldn't hit a goddamn home run in ours, right? And that's exactly what it is here, is that we tried this format because it worked somewhere else, but it doesn't speak to this people. I mean, trust me, I was in San Jose and I worked for the company that flipped KSJO to Spanish speaking, a classic rock legacy station,
dude,
that has been there for years and years and years, right?
Which was KOME before that.
Right. Yeah.
I mean, to topple KOME had such I'm sorry, backstory.
No, absolutely.
KOME had the FM classic, rock station format down. They had oh God, who was their morning show guy? I can't remember. But all I remember is Dennis Erectus at night. He was the main. He was the reason that station existed, and he carried them through slow times. I mean, Dennis Erectus. Yeah, he sounds horrible, but he was the first guy to coin the phrase, "You've got cum oozing through your speakers," and he amazing guy.
People cried in the office when the email went out, when saying, "Hey, we're switching. We're going Spanish on 92.3." And
dude, yeah. Remember Bazooka Joe?
Oh, yeah.
Yeah, that was the guy that taught me radio.
Okay.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Joe Biagini. He's dude, just
okay.
Scrawny.
No. I know Joe very, very well. Our kids were born 3 months apart. I worked with his wife down in San Jose, and I did projects for him when he taught people. I know Joe, like Joe's my dude.
Oh my God. Joe moved me down to San Luis Obispo.
Okay.
When I started on the radio station down there.
Yeah.
He moved me in his truck.
So this
that's
Joe and
hilarious.
Joe and I would always talk about, because he's a big nerd like I am. We would always talk about Star Wars, right? Yep. Yeah. And whenever something Star Wars would come out. So anyway, like Jamie, my wife, we like a week out of going to the doctors and finding out that she's pregnant, right?
Yeah.
And so like, obviously, because there's that weird like 3 months that you don't tell anybody because anything can happen in those 3 months, right?
Right. Absolutely.
And so you're not telling anybody. And Joe comes into my office, right? And he goes, dude, why didn't you tell me your wife was pregnant? I'm like, how do you know that? And he looked at me.
That's
like,
not how he said it either. He probably came in and said,
no.
What the fuck didn't you tell me, you fucking moron?
No, exactly. And I looked at him, and obviously that wasn't what he was expecting, because he's telling me that Laura was pregnant, and I'm just like, and so it was just so funny. But yeah, no, yeah, that was such a funny moment. But yeah, I love Joe with all of my heart, and some of the best times I had in radio were because of that guy.
Wow, dude, I can't.
Yeah.
Do you know how to get a hold of him?
Yeah, absolutely.
Oh my God, dude. Oh my God. We need to bring him on.
We should now.
Oh my God. Oh my. Seriously. I mean, and to see Joe, you would not expect the voice that he has to come out.
No, absolutely not. But yeah, his wife, I'm on all, and Joe, I'm on all their social media. They're in, man. I got them connected. But yeah, I worked with, like, it took me a long time to realize that Laura and him were together. And then finally, like, I just saw them walk out of the station together. I'm like, oh,
that's funny.
Oh yeah. Because like to see Joe and like Laura's just this cute, like sort of all-American, like, black haired, just like girl next door type. And like to see her and Joe, like you would never ever put them together.
Think it, huh?
Yeah.
I saw a picture of them a long time ago on Facebook, and I was like,
right. Yeah.
But I mean, but Joe always attracted those kind of chicks, dude.
Yeah. Yeah.
I mean, and it was wow. So when I heard he got married, I was like, oh my God, that's so cool.
Yeah.
Oh yeah. Joe's also seen me at some very drunken worst moments too. So I'm sure he'd have some interesting stories, things I probably don't even remember, to be honest with you. There was seriously, when I was at KSJS, there was nights where I barely even remember being on the air, because I'd be in downtown San Jose. I'd be getting drunk at a bar, and all of a sudden I'd be like, oh, it's 11:45. I need to go pull my music.
Yeah.
I'd be stumbling in there, reeking of booze. The guy in the booth, and this is weeknight or weekend jazz, when I first started. And I was so bored with the format. And it was just, and then they finally, okay, let's put you on the morning show. Really? Well, I think they figured either y'all being judgy.
Yeah.
I think they figured at least I'd just be hungover in the morning. So they wanted to see if that energy would persist, and lo and behold, it did.
Hey.
Yeah. All right.
Right.
That was the problem, was once, like I said, you could be sick as hell.
Yeah.
And then you hit the button. All right, now we're back and let's go. And then the mic goes on. It's like on news radio when they're trying to get Phil Hartman to quit smoking.
Yeah.
Yeah. Oh,
and now the time is 9:45, and then all of a sudden they give us a cigarette. And on the 405 today, we had a beautiful accident going down in. Yeah. So it's that's radio.
Yeah.
It's awesome.
Yeah.
And I miss it so much. I wish I could be doing radio so much, but
no, it's different. It's different now that I work from home. I work from home on the corporate side, but there's something about being in the office and just being in the energy of a radio station, especially when people come in, or especially if you're working for like sports or news and a big story breaks, and you're just like you're there on the ground floor, of something fun of getting the news out. So no, I had a blast. Some of the best times, some of the best work memories I have are of, like messing around with the sports radio guys, where there was one week where the Raiders long snapper just couldn't get a snap in. So they did long snap tryouts in the office. Right. And we videoed it and put it to music and everything, and that was like, and the PD comes in, and I still work for the PD doing some of his side work today. And he's like, Drake, I need you to film our guys long snapping. I'm like, what? And he's like, you'll get it. He's like, you'll get it. Okay, all right.
Sure.
And so the next 2 hours of my day, man, we're filming guys trying to putting a video together for Just for our video. So yeah, that's yeah. It was just like some of those memories I'll never get back. But I'll always have them too, and I'll just never forget.
And speaking of sports and talk radio, we and yeah, Corey's looking for a job, by the way, Andy, if you know of any openings.
Yeah.
When I worked at KZOZ, and we did, the night show, Matt.
Yeah.
We also I went in there. Oh, that's right. It was a Sunday night, and I was doing the show by myself, and I had to go in and check the AM board, just make sure everything was running right. And they were playing the Raiders game when they were down in LA. And so I was kind of listening in on the game in between, when I had long songs and stuff. And the Raiders were just sucking bad, right?
Yeah.
And all we're just an affiliate, so it's all board work. You just make sure everything's running right. And the guy forgot to turn off his mic at the end of the game. It's like 30 seconds left, and he's like, "Yeah, we're going now to commercial," and all of a sudden he doesn't go to commercial. And he goes, "Another fucking loss." And the disgust in his voice was just, oh my God. But it went across the air, and all of a sudden I go back into my booth on KZOZ and my phone's lighting up.
Yeah.
And,
Yeah.
And it's
I think
what the hell is going on? Why did you? I'm like, dude, I didn't even touch the board. That's him.
Right.
And he's like, oh my God, shoot them a message. I'm like, I don't know their number. You know their number. And
right.
Why are you calling me?
Yeah. Well, you know what? I honestly, if we ever lose out on a guest again, I think we should just do the old Radio Stories podcast. Because I think we'd have some fun. We'd have some fun stories. And and we should definitely get Joe on. Oh
my God.
He would be a great interview regardless. But again, just the connective tissue between you and I here, and having him here at two very, very different points of careers, I think would be fun. So
oh God, yeah.
That would be great.
And dude, Joe had a great show on KSJO for the longest time.
Oh yeah. Yeah.
So,
I was there for the end of his era on KSJO, and then they moved him over to KFOX, which became the sort of the older classic rock station.
Right.
That and and it was just it was just crazy. Our paths started at Clear Channel, connected, and then he ended up at Intercom. When it was very weird because I worked for KFOX for several years for Clear Channel, and then left Clear Channel to go to Cumulus. And then when I left Cumulus to go to Intercom within the month bought KFOX. And then all of the old people that I worked with were suddenly coming into our building, and it was just a lot of fun. So it was just really cool.
It's too funny.
All right. Well, hey, listen, Matt, I know you got to get going. So thank you so much for hanging out and helping us out today, sir.
Great to have you on the show today, Matt.
It was fun to be here.
You gotta get feeding the fam.
I do.
So that kind of took over the whole spot there. I'm just trying to promote us, Matt.
That's all right. All right.
Gotta
go. I gotta go grill me some pork chops.
All right,
I'm
Maddie,
making steak tonight.
Go grill them up, brother.
Will do.
Oops. I cut him off already. Damn it.
You just cut me off.
Easy.
I just told
Go ahead and do that.
Jeez.
Should cut me off, but do it right.
Yeah.
Okay.
And anyway, I gotta go and grill some food and
damn it. There it goes. Every time I hit the button, it just moves that far off, and
yeah.
So it's good times. All right, Andrew. Hey, Rum and Regrets coming up, right?
We're recording tonight. We're talking the final half of the Legend of Vox Machina on Amazon Prime, that animated Dungeons and Dragons series. So it's okay. So I don't know if I told you more, but there's a group of voice actors who gets together and has been playing D&D for like 10 years. and they record it. They record it. They put it out on YouTube and everything, and they crowdfunded this animated series. But you know, these are all people that have been working in the voiceover industry for years and years and years.
Right.
One of the girls, I don't know if you ever watched Blind Spot, that TV show, but she was the she was the tech girl on Blind Spot for as long as the series ran.
Right.
So but anyway, so yeah, we have our sort of our expert coming in to tell us about all of the little fun underlying things about the end of this series, and we're just going to talk sort of our general impressions and stuff like that.
Right on.
Yeah.
Oh, very cool. Oh, well, can I do some impressions?
Yeah.
When do I get to come on Rum and Regrets?
We record at night when you're usually texting me, I need to go to sleep. So,
but I just thought of something.
I know. I feel that's why I feel guilty. I was like, well, I would love to have you on, but then like I don't want to mess with your schedule because I know that you're like, if you ever have a Wednesday off, let me know if you have a Wednesday off and we'll get you on the show.
Okay. Well, hey, if all goes wrong with the hip analysis, I may have some time.
Okay. Yeah, that's true. So
because if they do the surgery, then I have recovery time, and I'm still trying to figure out the logistics on that because I'm gonna have to basically run it from my bedroom or something.
Right. Well, you know what? You get a little tray table. Get a little.
I'm not saying it can't happen. I'm just.
Oh no! It absolutely can. Because trust me, I had to get some work done, and I had a little tray table. This is when I had a desktop. I had a little desktop rolled over, and it was all like extension corded, everything. So I could just move it over. My monitor just sort of shook and came over, and then just tapping it, and there you go. You got it working.
Yeah, we may have to go back to working off the laptop for a little while, but I don't know.
Hey, if it works, it works, though. We'll get it there. So
we'll figure it out. Well, we always seem to one way or another.
It's true.
God, again, thank you, Marc Cashman.
Absolutely.
Not bailing like we thought was going to happen.
And just such a fun interview. As
we were
always.
so prepared for the worst. We're doing it live, damn it!
You're right. Yeah.
That's the way I titled the show today.
I liked it.
We're doing it live, damn it, with Marc Cashman.
Perfect. Yeah.
So, and next week we are going to have the very lovely, the very talented Diane Steinberg-Lewis. She's been in quite a few things now. Well, one of the biggest things she was in was
Sgt. Pepper's.
Oh my God, Sgt. Pepper's. That's right.
So excited to find out what it was like at that point.
Well, all the talent that was in there. I mean, she had to have commingled and stuff because that was back in the days when everybody was kind of, affiliated one way or another. And when they did movies like that, it's like the Burt Reynolds movies. Totally. All of them are all friends, and which I think would be a great Rum and Regret thing to do is the Burt Reynolds series of movies.
Oh, absolutely.
Smokey and the Bandit, Cannonball Run, all those, like oh God, what's his name? Saturday Night Live. The news. Oh my. Black curly hair. You don't know who I'm talking about. Oh my gosh. All right. I'll have it for us on the next show.
Okay.
Like we'll have Diane Steinberg-Lewis. And that's next week. But hey, again, if anybody out there interested in the voiceover stuff, Marc Cashman commercial or cashmancommercials.com.
Yeah. And again, we'll be linked from the homepage of our website underneath the video of today's cast.
Yep. And again, and Rum and Regrets will be dropping this Friday, correct?
Yeah, absolutely.
All right, beautiful. This show will be dropping. Well, you'll know because you'll be hearing it, and so no point. But next Tuesday at 4 Central, we do this live, kids. We do this live, so you can join in the chat. You can be with us. You can have fun with us. We do totally encourage you people talking with us. Just ask Corey, who I turned off a while ago. So, but hey, Corey even jumped in here one day and joined in with us. We are gonna have to do a show with him on here.
No, absolutely. Yeah.
And help promote his little his show that he's doing.
Yeah.
Again, thank you everybody for making us one of the top shows on Goodpods in 2 different formats, and very excited about that. So if anybody wants to sponsor us, you know, the randomchristianshow.com, join us. And we have all sorts of packages for you. But we do want to say thank you again to Neil Getzlow, Consolidated Skateboards, and the Dead Campers. That's right. Who you're hearing right there. There they are. Yeah.
Boom.
I kept hitting the wrong button over and over and over and over and over because the sensitivity on my soundboard is horrible.
Yeah, it's okay. I'll work on that.
I gotta adjust my iPad touch.
Okay.
Sensitivity. So, but in the meantime, we thank you all very much for being here, and we will see you again next week. Same crazy random time, same crazy random channel. Andrew, thank you again. Have a beautiful day, sir. Enjoy your week. And to everybody listening, again, thank you so much. Please like, follow, subscribe, review. Listen to us on Goodpods, our good friends over there, and get us out there so we can be heard by all. Thank you again so much. Everybody, have a fantastic weekend.